Hello, welcome to this week's Wild Spirits News. I'm Sibylle and today I'm going to tell you to do it for the love of it. Earlier this year I started to learn Croatian and this puzzled people. People asked me, was I going out with somebody from there? Or was I doing business in Croatia? Or why was I learning the language? And none of these reasons were true. The actual reason why I did this was that for the sheer wild joy of learning something new, and because I love languages and I've never learned a Slavic language before, and I just love this part of the world. And people didn't get it because to them, in their minds, these aren't proper reasons to learn a language. Now, the funny thing is that now I'm actually moving to Croatia next month, but that was really not what I was planning 10 months ago when I first decided to sign up for this course that I then eventually started taking in September. That was really not what I had in mind. I was planning to settle down here in Ireland, but this is how life goes sometimes. But this attitude of that just doing something for the sheer joy and love of it is not recognized as a proper reason or motivation for doing anything is something that is very ingrained in our society, and we have also internalized it, all of us, including myself. And this has pretty far-reaching implications, which is why your mission today is to learn to recognize our programming and then to do something just for the love of it. Task number 1 is called Spot the Phony Beliefs. You may have heard me talk about beliefs before. Beliefs are something that we believe, It is something that we believe to be the truth. We believe it to be just the way the world is, that's reality. But in actual fact, it's only a belief, and that can also be changed and it can be challenged. It is not, in fact, a universal truth. Because of this conviction, and because beliefs are usually learned very early in childhood, they are ingrained in us because we learn it from our parents, from society around us, teachers, and so on and so forth. And we've carried them for a long time in most cases. And that makes them really hard to spot because, once again, they masquerade as the reality, as the truth. And it becomes even harder to spot a belief when this belief is shared by a lot of people. And this particular belief I'm talking about is pretty much universal. And that is the belief that in order to be a proper reason or motivation for something, a real reason to do something needs to be practical. It needs to be tangible. Which means that something like joy is not a proper reason. It's not something that justifies doing something. Why is this important? Because this ingrained belief that we all have on some level and that everybody around us has is keeping us from doing what lights us up and from doing something for the joy of it, unless we happen to be a professional and a genius and really good at it, and unless we happen to make it our income or our profession, and so on and so forth. Task number 2 is called Do It for the Love of It. When I say to prioritize passions, this is a concept that is easily agreed with. People always nod along and say, yeah, you should prioritize a passion, but they don't really get what prioritizing actually means. Lots of people are good at making time and making space for their passion, and a lot of people are good at creating more time and space for their passion, and all of this is really good. I'm not dissing this, don't get me wrong. This is fantastic. The more you do of what lights you up, the better. But what I do and why you need my support, or people come to me for my support, is that actually prioritizing a passion, which means putting it above things like making money or material goals, comes close to an act of rebellion in our society because of this belief. Remember, the belief that everything has to be useful and tangible, and the best useful and tangible things that we can think of is work and money. And if our joy, our passion is something that we're not very good at, or that we just choose, we might be good at it, but we choose not to make it our income or our business, and just a hobby, then it's automatically relegated to, it's on the back seat. It's not that important. It is done once everything really important is done. And that is hugely influential on our happiness and on our state of mind. And this is not doing us good. I mean, even the people who do make their passion a profession or a business. The professional artists and musicians and all the rest, they get enough flack for doing something useless as their profession, but at least when they earn money with it, people will then admit, okay, so at least you are making money. But if it's only a hobby, then you're completely screwed in this society, because then nobody will take it seriously, or nobody will allow you to make it a priority. And if you do, I mean, obviously you can do what you like, you don't have to listen to anyone else. But make no mistake, being judged by other people and also judged by our own inner critic, because we also have this internalized disbelief, makes it really hard to stick with making a priority out of and putting front and center in your life something that lights you up. And that is destroying our joy. So your second task is to find something that you do just for the love of it. So if your job or your business is already your passion, that's great. Mine is, coaching is one of my passions, but I'm a multi-passionate. So I, for example, also play the piano. I love music. It's probably my main passion, although I was never good enough to actually make this my profession. And I'm completely at peace with that. I don't have to make it my profession in order to profoundly enjoy it and to put it very much front and center in my life. It's very, very, very important to me. So you find something that lights you up, a hobby, something that you really love doing, some passion, and make a commitment to yourself. Make the decision now that you're going to prioritize this and to give it more room in your life. If you need any help with this, that's what I do. It's my work. But you can also just start and see where it leads you, to just make that shift in your attitude and say, okay, this is now a priority. It's worth it. And my joy is worth making this a priority. Task number 3 is, as usual, let me know. Hit the reply button on the email that you got the link to the video with and tell me what your main takeaway from this video is. Are you already prioritizing a passion that is not your profession? And if not, which passion are you going to prioritize or give more room to in your life going forward? I'd love to hear from you, and I promise I'll email back. If you didn't get the link to the video in an email, that means you're not part of the Wild Spirits community yet, and you should join us. Go to wildspiritscoaching.com and fill in that little form there. And you will receive 1 email per week, 100% spam free. It's extra, it has extra articles and information, recommendations of books and other resources, and sometimes you get exclusive offers that are exclusive only for my subscribers that nobody else ever gets to see. So go to wildspiritscoaching.com and sign up. You can also Google Wild Spirits Coaching, that'll get you to my website as well. Thank you for watching.